Hey guys, I want to talk to you a little bit more about your dating today. I want to share just a small piece with you. I had a good conversation with a girl that I've been conversing with that I met online, and we were just talking just the basic mechanics of relationships. And I think I've probably told you guys this before, but one of the things I love to do, and one of the things that I find to be a great subject matter topic when you're trying to make conversation online is just to talk with other people about their experiences with the relationships, and you'll learn a lot, ironically enough. Okay, like if you can start to pick below the layers a little bit with let's just say with women specifically. That's what, I'm obviously talking from a guy's point of view. I know I'm talking mostly to you guys out there, but there's a lot in this for you guys. Okay, think about it in that regard. Even if this is a girl that like maybe is not going to work out, maybe you got lukewarm interest in her, maybe you can tell that there's not much there. There's still some knowledge to be had. And I think it's very fascinating to have these sorts of discussions and to pick people's brains, especially women, to just get an idea about what they experience and what they like to see happen, and how they like to go about their matters and what they perceive in other guys and all this kind of stuff. So, like I said, great piece of conversation that you can have with people that you've met online. But like I said, I was asking this girl about the mechanics of when she first meets a guy, and what it takes for her to get to that point of comfort to advance things. Okay, or let's just say get her. A lot of times it's talked about in the sense of attached, but I also like to think about it, in the sense of like getting her to that comfort point where you could potentially be intimate with her, or you could, you'd have something a little bit more longer lasting to the point where she's going to actually want to see you regularly, right? You get her a little bit addicted to your presence. You get her kind of on the hook, right? In a way, like what does it take to get to that point? And, I don't really have any specific things. I don't think there's a one size fits all that would say that, she was talking about things in specific, but it all boiled down to just, she said something to the note of just needing to spend like progressively more and more like quality time in a man's presence to get her to feel that way, to get her to that comfort point, to get her to that juncture where she might want to be intimate with them. And it obviously makes a lot of sense, and that's not, there's no real genius in that should go without saying. But I just exchanged back with her like the way that I've always looked at this, and like my understanding of my dealings from women all throughout my life is just that it all boiled down to just like basically like logging time with them whenever you can. Just log a little bit more time with them, and over time, as you've logged like more hours in their presence, ironically enough, like that is a big part of the piece that's going to get you into that door to the point where, like I said, she's going to start to become attached to you. And she's going to want to be intimate with you, and things will progress, of course, from that point. But just kind of a funny way to look at things, and that's all that I'm trying to communicate to you guys today, is just start to look at it in the regard of just logging time. Like, hey, I got to log some more time with this girl. She's not comfortable with you yet to the point where, you can feel there's some resistance there, or things aren't going to where you'd like them to be maybe at this point in time. All might not be lost. I mean, every situation's different, but I would just encourage you guys to look at it in this regard. Like, hey, I need to keep logging time. Like, if it's somebody you're interested in and, you want to keep putting effort into it, that's a whole other topic for another day too, by the way, how much time you should sink into something before you cut your losses and walk the other way. But I'm just trying to instill this notion in your mind, guys. Just look at it like logging time. Just log time when you can. Right? There's a lot of strategic application of things you might say that go into like how you get this time, this air time, this face time in each other's presence. There's a lot of things to unpackage in that regard, but don't get too discouraged if things haven't progressed to where you want them to fast enough, because like I said, you have to understand there's this elemental nature about women where like they need to have a cumulative amount of time in your presence to get comfortable. Okay, that's part of the big concept here, guys. So logging time when you can, and like I said, every girl's different. Every hour mark number is different to get her to the point of comfort, and certainly like a lot of this has to do with your behavior and your conduct, of course. But logging time, guys, just try to log time when you can. And it really, what I've found too is that sometimes you're going to be able to log like 30 minutes here and there, and other times you'll be able to log a half a day with her. But just the more cumulative time is the point here. Try to learn to look at things like that. Just try to understand this. Keep this in the back of your mind, and I think this will prevent you from getting a little bit frustrated at times if you can look at things like this. Okay. All right, guys. That's all I got for you today. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I'll talk to you real soon.